Grand Rise, everybody. Grand Rise and happy Sunday. Shit like this. I always want to play some music, but I never know what type of music to play. Because I don't want to look at no YouTube studio or get an email or something talking about this video, some other shit. Nobody has energy for that. I don't. Not right now, even though it would make sense to use them, but and get them, but whatever. Um, a little bit of thing left, right, to burn. I gotta work today, and I gotta work out with my dude. So hopefully I don't be on here too damn long. Or maybe I wouldn't want to be on here too goddamn long. But I'll be on YouTube sometimes, and I'll just be listening to people. And a lot of times I just want to be jumping up on something and start to get going. And it's like, does it make a difference? Does it really make a difference to jump up on a panel and assume the position of forcing your ideology on somebody? Because at the end of the day, if I'm telling you that your ideology is stupid, now the door is open for me to force my ideology upon you. Because the only thing I can base myself upon is what I feel, you know? Why is your thing so stupid? Because what I believe makes more sense. See what happens when you try to push an agenda? And there's a strange dichotomy of maybe I should say something, maybe I should not say something. Maybe they'll understand it, maybe they won't understand it. And then there's the part of me that's like, who the fuck cares, bitch? Go fart, go smoke some weed, go and enjoy your motherfucking self, you know? But even though YouTube is evil as fuck and all this other shit, there's some good things to it because I can always jump on my own motherfucking channel and talk my own motherfucking shit. Say whatever I want to say. And y'all can come to me. I don't got to go to y'all, because that'd be another problem. Somebody else will be talking and you jump on their panel and tell them blah, blah, blah. And then they mad because you came in their house and put your feet on their motherfucking couch like Rick James. And you don't want nobody coming to your motherfucking house and putting their dirty feet on your couch like Rick James. So it'd be like, all right, I ain't gonna say nothing to you on your couch, but let me go home to my couch and talk my shit. Or we can go to somebody else's house and put our dirty feet on their couch because they don't give a fuck. They'll allow that there. They'll clean up after. Right? So it'll be over there. So it'd be there and it'd be there. Now, I'm just shifting through shit. I don't even care who's on here, who ain't on here, who come in here, who's staying here. Shitty Greg got a lot going on. So most of the people are probably over there at Shitty Greg listening to Tyra or Tuck and whoever. I don't got energy for them right now. I just want to yiggity yak. Y'all catch a replay. I'm okay with a motherfucking replay. I think I should be. Anywho. It's a lot of things you know. It's a lot of things you see. There's a lot of things you don't motherfucking know. Because shit changes all the time. People's feelings and their opinions change like the tide. You know? But 1 minute you can go from a calm river, and that river could be raging like a motherfucker. Not realizing that you're right by the precipice where that fucking waterfall is at. So, it's always something going on over there to the left or the right that will affect your circle, your immediate circle. A lot of people don't know that. Some people do know that, and they want to look to the left and the right all the time, and then they miss the spontaneous changes that occur within your own circle. crazy. It's a crazy world. And see, I be wanting to come on here and fuss and shit, and then I take a pull of the spliff. I think for 2 seconds and be like, what the fuck I'm fussing for? For what? What am I really gonna fuss about today? What is there to fuss about today? I do have something to fuss about. I mean, I wrote a whole bunch of things in my description, and I hope I remember half of them. I think I did talk about one of them already. Let me talk about another one. Oh, I think I was moving into that. When it comes to these YouTube streets, everybody reacts. Okay? Everybody reacts. Whether you can see the reaction or not, whether the person who needs to react feels the reaction or not, there is a reaction going on. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, whether it's shown or not shown, whether it's shown later or whatever. There is a reaction. But the question is not the reaction. The question is, do we respond? Hey, Color Me, how are you? I'm glad you're here. Because, yeah, I was over there and I started feeling away. So I came over here to calm my ass down. Yeah, we're going to get over there in a second. Everybody always has a reaction to something. But how do we respond? When we respond, we're actually showing our reaction, right? For instance, I was in a room earlier this morning, and they were talking on the panel. I had a reaction, and my response was to type in the chat. Something else was said. Whether they paid attention to me or not, it didn't even matter. Something else was said. I reacted, but my response. Finally, I wanted to make such a response that I felt like coming over here. Okay? Always have a reaction, but how do I respond to somebody? You know, it's two different actions here that have to be done. It's not the same. It's not the same. And a lot of problems is that people put them together. My reaction has to be my response. No, it don't. Ain't nobody got to see your reaction. And your response can be totally different. Trolls do it all the time. We do it all the time. I can smile in your face. Like, let's say I'm working as a customer service person. I'm working in a store. I'm selling clothes or some shit, right? And you come into the store and you are rude as fuck. You are the most rude person ever, and now you're in my face and I have to try to get you to buy some clothes. Even though I know your rude ass gonna buy it anyway, but knowing that I have a smile on my face, it might get to buy you more clothes. I just want you out the fucking store. You see the difference here? My reaction to this person is, fuck you. I don't even like you. I don't want your energy anywhere near me. But because I have a job to do and I have money to make and I don't want to get fired, my reaction to you or my response to you will be with a smile and will be some other shit. Is that considered being a two-face? In this case, no, right? Now, we were real, regular folk, and I wasn't selling no clothes, and you was just in the street. It's the same thing. You see strangers in the motherfucking street. I live in New York City, it's a bunch of motherfucking strangers in the street. And sometimes my reaction is my response. I'll tell a motherfucker, get the fuck away from me. Why are you so close to me? I know there's 8 million people in New York fucking City, but there's at least 4 feet that you can back the fuck up off me that is available to motherfucking me. Okay? Use it or I will. See? My reaction and my response were the same. And I'll be feeling so good to exercise them both at the same time. But then sometimes it be an old lady up under you or an old ass man up under you. You don't want to yell at that old lady, that old ass man. So, of course, if my reaction is, why the fuck you so close to me? But I turn around and say, little old lady or little old man, my response to them might not be the same. My response might not be, yo, back the fuck up off, da 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 da. My response might be a whole bunch different. Like, yo, you know, Grandma, you okay? You okay, Granny? Grandpa, you all right? You need something? Okay, let me help you out and get you set forth. And then they away from me anyway. It's a difference, yo. It's a fucking difference. And a lot of people don't understand that fucking difference. And we need to start learning that shit. Some people know it subconsciously. Some people, don't know that shit consciously. They don't recognize the steps that you take when you do certain things. And it's important that motherfuckers learn. Okay? Now, something else I want to talk about. I don't know if Color Me is still in the building, but if she is, I think this might be important for her to understand, because I've heard her talking before about relationships and such and so. Right? And she like go to these rooms where they talk a lot about religion and things like this, and then they want to talk about male versus female, all that good stuff, right? And I got a lot of pet peeves sometimes when I hear certain people talking. And that's a part of the reaction versus the response. Because people be like, yo, jump on the panel, Street. And I be like, nah, I'm not going to go up there right now, because I know that when I interact with certain people, my response is going to be different. My response might go more in line with my reaction, which is not always the case, because these are strangers. I don't know them. They don't know me. I want to talk about that too. There are a lot of people that come on YouTube and act different than who they are. A lot of people. Catfish every day. Lies being told every day. All kinds of shit every day. But every once in a while, you meet a person who is really who the fuck they are online in real life. Whether that's some gangster shit or someone like me, But I'm a different motherfucker. I'm a fucking weirdo. The opposite shit happens with me. When motherfuckers in real life see how I react to people on YouTube or how I respond to people on YouTube, they'll look at me like, yo, what the fuck you being, what? They won't say fake. They won't say you be a fake Shree. They won't say that. What they will say is, you're being too nice to them, Shree. You're not nice like this in real life. Why are you so nice to these motherfuckers? And I'm sure there's people out there that might hear this now on a replay and be like, Shree treats us nice. Yes, I do. I do. But then I start to explain, as you get to know people online, right? You can't really see their face all the time. You don't look in their eye all the time. So technically, you treat them like strangers. But it's different in New York, because strangers in New York, you look them in the eye. You feel their energy. It's more of a direct feeling. You can feel things through the internet. You can feel when someone's an asshole, or when somebody's doing this and doing that. They're a troll, they this, they that, they blah, blah, blah. You can feel that, certainly. We're human beings. We're capable of these things. But, when you come online, it's certain protections of your motherfucking self. I don't even like certain energies in real life next to fucking me. But I guess the difference with real life is, if I see you in your face and I see you acting stupid in my motherfucking face, I might respond in your motherfucking face that you acting stupid as fuck and you need to get the fuck away from me. How about that? Maybe I should act more like that here in cyber world. Man, But then it was funny because one of my homegirls was like, you acting more like you do on YouTube in real life. What does that mean? You nicer. I'm nicer, I'm just more quiet. Oh yeah, you more quiet. Yeah. Because in real life, I learned this thing called patience and a little bit of tolerance. Just a little bit, not too much, but I've learned how to deal with my lack of tolerance. I've learned how to respond because I know that my reactions are more than likely based on the fact that I have a little bit of patience and even less fucking tolerance. So, I go where I go. And I leave when I leave. Let's get to this, because I didn't even get to what I wanted to say to Color Me yet. I really didn't. But what I will say to Color Me, I will say like this. I used to practice Islam. I used to practice Islam. And I respect Islam as a culture. I do. But at some point in time, I couldn't even call myself a Muslim anymore. Why, Shri? Because being a Muslim, or the term Islam, basically means that you are willing to submit to the will and the peace of Allah. See, willing to submit don't make no sense to me. How can you be willing to submit? I know what submission is. Submission is based on force. Submission is not based on anything willing. Fuck. I'm going to will myself to be a slave? What are you, stupid? Can't do that. I'm a human fucking being. The very same Allah made me this way. And unfortunately, I've been taught yoga. So, me learning yoga, I've learned different ways to handle things, And in yoga, they don't talk a lot about submission. See, willing to submit really means surrender. And society has it that surrender is an evil word and submission is great. No, baby, not for me. If I surrender to the will and the peace of Allah or anything, it is a choice. Why the fuck did Allah give me free will if I have to submit to every motherfucking thing? What's the point? Does that make sense universally? Does that even make sense spiritually in your life? Hey, Vampy, how you doing, baby? It's just me and you right now. Y'all riddle me that shit. All these motherfuckers, and motherfuckers is a general term, okay? It's a very general term. All these motherfuckers sit here and talk about you need to submit, you need to submit. I don't need to submit to what the fuck you say. I don't need to submit to what the fuck you do. I don't need to submit to none of that shit. Fuck you and your submission. Now, if you speak and I listen and I agree with you, that's great. Leave it right there. Let it be that. You don't have to push no agenda on me. You don't have to press no ideology upon me so I can submit to your will and peace. Because you are not Allah. And the Allah that I deal with don't want me to submit to a motherfuck thing. I really think that my Allah, my God, my Most High, whoever the fuck it, she, him, her, them, shim, whatever the fuck it really is, don't want me to submit to a motherfucking thing. But if I surrender to it, if I understand it, even if I don't agree with it, we good. Who's hurt here? Nobody's hurt here. This is why Most High don't give a fuck about y'all. That's why the Most High got better things to do Got to deal with the fucking universe. They got to, come on, man, we're going to deal with ourselves right now. Because we trying to figure shit out. We teenagers right now on the evolutionary scales of our souls. So we gonna hate everything. We gonna question everything. We not gonna like nothing. We trying to figure ourselves out on the evolutionary scales of our souls. And we still got to deal with fucking physical shit, relationship type of shit. And we will never have any kind of successful relationships in life if someone always wants us to submit the motherfucking something. It's crazy. What the fuck do I have free will for? You're a woman. You got to submit to me. Suck these nuts. This is why I fuck with Lilith. Excuse me. I don't think Eve was willing to submit to any motherfucking thing. All Eve did was surrender to eating a fucking apple. She surrendered to it. Sure, they gave her some kind words, some nice words, told her all this, all that, and she fell for it. Okay, great. But ain't nobody forced her to eat no bumperclot apple, and neither did she force fucking Adam. She ain't forced Adam to do shit. She said, motherfucker, eat this. Why you want me to eat this, Eve? I want you to see something. He said, okay, took a bite, boop, saw some titties and some poom poom, and said, what we gonna do with what you got? Well, I see what you got. What we gonna do with that? Well, let's figure it out. Oh, it fits good right here. Wait a minute. I feel like moving. You feel like moving? How you gonna move? I move like this. Okay, I move like this. And they just started fucking. Y'all ever heard the story of Lilith? Y'all know who Lilith is? I'm gonna tell y'all the story of Lilith. And most basically, it's a whole bunch of stories on this lady Lilith. But apparently Lilith came before Eve, right? Because they tried to find somebody suitable for Adam. And Lilith wasn't having it. He was like, you got to submit to me. She said, submit to what? For what? Submit to who? Submit how? What that mean? What is that? I'll surrender to you after I ride this dick all day. What the fuck you talking about? No, I got to ride you. Okay, you can ride me after I'm done riding you. What the fuck is the difference? What's the difference, baby? I have to dominate you. Oh, see, all that dominate shit don't work. I got to go. You can't go nowhere. Oh, yes, the fuck I can. And the shorty said the ineffable name of the Most High God, and she was gone. Okay? She had to fight some demons, and even them demons, I'm not the demons, I'm sorry, my bad. She had to fight 3 angels, right? Because the Most High was like, girl, you called my name? That's not right. You can't call my name to this motherfucker right here. His head is going to blow up, and his heart is going to explode out his motherfucking chest like aliens. Why are you calling my name, homegirl? Because he's fucking with me, yo, and this is your fucking creation, so you hold yourself accountable and deal with this motherfucker right here, because I'm out. I'm not fucking with him no more. Okay? He trying to make me submit to some shit. I surrender to y'all. I don't surrender to this piece of shit right here. I'm out. And you gotta let me go. All right, you go. But you gotta fight my peoples. So she had to fight the 3 angels, Samsamoy, Semaloy, and whatever his name is. I forgot, but I wrote it down one day. And even when they fought him, they didn't submit to Lilith. They surrendered. They said, listen, we can't beat this bitch. All right? She done called your name, homie. So, you know, she tough. Why don't we just allow her and leave her the fuck alone? That's all I want. All right, cool. We're going to make this bitch over here, Eve, and see what the fuck happened. The same ass shit. Anywho, my point is... My point is, the reason why we fail in relationship is not because we don't know how to communicate. We sure do know how to communicate. We just communicate real fucked up. Okay? We don't know how to communicate to one another because we are programmed into a submission point of view. Everything you must submit. Everything I must dominate. What I don't understand, I fear, and what I fear, I destroy. And this is the whole basis of submission. The basis of submission is what I fear, I destroy. But a motherfucker will never say, I fear it. They will just give justifications on why to destroy it. Hence slavery. Okay? Hence slavery. I must dominate you. You are a lower life form, so I must dominate you. You must submit to me, and you will be my slave. I don't think the Most High really wants that. Because if the Most High wanted that, there'll be no devil here. There'll be no Jesus here. There'd be no Kali, Shiva, and all these other motherfuckers here. There will be none of them. There will just be the Most High. We will just worship that one God, Ra, whatever the fuck. It just be what the fuck people want right now. It just be here. But it ain't here. We call different names for the same being. We worship different beings. We don't worship at all. We don't have faith in nothing. We da-ra. We want people to submit to us, but we can't submit to shit. Fuck, I don't want to submit to nothing. I would love to surrender. Just surrender. You know how much more you get if a motherfucker surrender? But when motherfuckers wave the white flag like, yo, I don't want to fight no more. I just want to conserve my motherfucking energy. Or I'm just going to let it go. That's when the submission comes in too. Because now the person that's trying to dominate you, and think about it, ladies, I'm talking about the R word right now. Think about the R word. Some of y'all might get triggered because if you think about the R word, you think about it happening to you or it almost happening to you, right? You ain't fight the whole time if it did happen to you. You didn't fight the whole time. For most of us women, it's either we got knocked out and it happened, or you try to fight, you can't, and you just let it go. And you're like, fuck it. Just do what you do and get the fuck up off me. Okay? So there's a surrender in there too. Because you're overpowered. You can't do nothing else. Hey, Chef Disaster, how you doing? Grand Rise. Can't do nothing else. So there's a surrender based off of this submission. Because you can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing. You overpowered as fuck. Okay? And that's why people think surrender is bad. You're weak when you surrender. Why? Because you got overpowered? Exactly, sweet Vampy. Exactly. I've been there. I'm glad to hear that, Chef Disaster. I've been there. What's the difference between me and someone who actually got the R word? My R, I didn't get R. I got attempted R. All right? And when I was overpowered, I surrendered. And luckily for me, I was able to still get away without the act happening. Because I surrendered. And they dropped their guard too. And they were like, oh, she surrendered? Okay, I'm overpowering her. And she surrendered, I'm going to do what I do. But I was able to do something else to counteract and get away. Because of that. So I lucked up. But most women, we don't luck up. Most women get that. They go through that. And they don't say shit. By the time they say it, too late. So yes, I was molested as a child. I was almost raped a couple times. I said the word. I'm not monetized. So I'm not one for submitting to shit. Not really. No. And even on the flip side of that, people feel guilty when they surrender to the wrong thing. When they surrender to someone or something that they realize is not right. I'm right in my heart. I'm a good person in my heart. And I'm not saying me personally I am. I'm just talking in general right now. Because I'll tell y'all, me personally, I ain't good. I ain't nice. I ain't good. I'm mean. I'm all that shit. Take it. Okay? Take it. But if you a person and you saying to yourself, you know, I'm a good person, I don't bother nobody, I don't want to hurt nobody. Technically, you don't want to hurt people, but people get offended off the slightest thing. They get offended off the slightest thing. And when they get offended now, it's a vindication for you to submit to their will, right? Because they want to be right and they want you to feel how hurt they was. So now they got to do all these other motherfucking things to you because they felt like your slight was worth this much, right? So now you got to submit to their bullshit. No, I don't. You see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about submission versus surrendering, right? I can choose what I surrender to. You just want me to submit to every fucking thing. No. I can surrender to what the fuck I want. And I don't have to surrender to exactly what the fuck you want. Okay? I can surrender to the fact that no matter what I say, you're not going to listen anyway. Right? I can surrender to the fact that you're an idiot, and if I continue to argue with you, I will become an idiot too. So I can surrender to that and have a smile on my fucking face. Okay? When a woman surrenders as far as being overpowered is concerned, she's not surrendering to, I'm going to like this and I'm going to enjoy this and blah, blah, blah. No, she's surrendering to the fact that she can't do nothing about it. Get it over with. Exactly. Exactly, Vampy. Exactly. Same thing, teenagers, children. They don't have a choice. They don't know no better. So they're surrendering and submitting at the same fucking time because they don't know what the fuck is going on. And then when they get older and they realize what the fuck is really going on, they got to deal with that. But I'm just telling y'all as a woman why I can't deal with the word submission. Even when I did play the Dom sub game, okay? I played that shit. I tried my best, child. I tried to be a sub. That shit ain't work. When I learned what all that shit was really about, I realized motherfuckers do not respect what a submissive is. Because the submissive is the one that really has control in the dom and sub situation. The submissive does not submit. They surrender. Okay? They surrender. They surrender to the dominant, either being dominant in the bedroom, dominant with their finances, dominant with their whole life, whatever the case may be. And there has to be agreements and contracts, code words, all that formed. There has to be that type of communication that is established in order for that relationship to be sustainable for whoever is involved. Okay? For whoever is involved. There's no submission. Get the fuck out of here. So what the fuck? If I surrender to you, allowing, doing this and doing that, we have this respect and we have this communication and this, that, the third, let's uphold that. That's it. That's a surrender. That's not submission. You're not forcing me to do shit. Okay? But the tables turn because the dominant wants a motherfucker to submit. No, I'm not the submissive type. I'm not the submit motherfucker. You're not going to submit to me. And I'm not going to submit to you. The other day, too, they was having a conversation about women that are too masculine or aren't feminine enough. Listen, I can be as feminine as I want to be. Be the right nigga for me to be feminine with. Be the right masculine for me to be feminine with. Because right now, all these so-called masculine motherfuckers require me to be a little bit more masculine than them as a fucking counterbalance to what the fuck is going on in the world. Because there's a whole bunch of emotional ass masculine men the fuck out there. Okay? It's a lot of feminine acting, masculine ass motherfuckers out there. Too many of them. And they straight. And they straight. And they still don't know how to respect the woman. Okay? They still don't know how to respect a woman. But you emotional and you feminine as fuck. Quote, the air quotes next to feminine. Because that's the other issue for me. We'll get to that in a second. So why the fuck am I submitting to your dumb ass? And you set on a program where I'm a woman, so I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to suck my ass. That's another thing. You got a dick and balls. What the fuck are you talking about women for? I can talk about my experience with men. I can talk about most men. I can talk about some men, but I'm not giving a broad fucking paint of a fucking brush to all the fucking men in the world. That's being bitter as fuck. And I'm not that. The fuck I got to be bitter for? I was molested as a child by a man. I was almost raped by men. I don't hate men. The fuck is wrong with y'all? I fuck a man almost every day. And you might sit there and be, well, that sounds like a white person saying, I know black people, or, you know, some racist white person talking about, well, I fuck black people, so I'm not racist. Fuck out of here. I'm not racist either. I'm just not bitter. I love that man. Okay? I'm not. And you know what? Let me say it like this. If you are a woman that has relations with women because men did you wrong, do you? That's not me though. Okay? That's not me. Men have done me wrong. Sure they have. Plenty of men have done me wrong. I did them wrong too. But I'm not going to fuck with no woman because of that. No. For what? The woman going to do the same shit. Aren't we humans? Come on, make it make sense for me, y'all. Aren't we human beings? I can fuck myself. I don't need a man nor a woman. I can fuck my motherfucking self. If it's based off of sex, and I need somebody to have sex with, I can fuck my motherfucking self every goddamn day. I don't need none of y'all motherfuckers. How about that? But I will surrender to my man. Okay? I ain't got to submit to shit. Okay? And it might have taken over 20 years for him to figure that out. But it's figured out now, and we're going to enjoy it now. Okay? But when it comes to you other motherfuckers that ain't worth the F in my motherfucking feminine, what the fuck to show it for? You acting more feminine than me. So let me bounce out a little bit of testosterone that the motherfucker I got to balance out our situation. Okay? Fuck all that. And you know, should I be forgetting to do shit. You see, I just put up my Cash App right there. I ain't even put my goddamn name. I just put up a motherfucking Cash App just so I say, let me remember to keep that up there even if nobody don't send me shit. Okay? And then I put a link up. You want to talk the shit, shoot the shit with me. But I don't give a fuck if nobody does that either. I'm just yakking because I feel like yakking. Now, what is being feminine? What is that shit? Hey, Di, how you doing, Auntie Platinum? What is that shit? What is that feminine shit? Huh? What does that mean? What does that look like? I mean, I could go on Google or Wikipedia or dictionary.com and look up the fucking definition of the motherfucker. But that don't mean shit. Okay? Because there's too many stages of feminine in the world. There's too many different references to what feminine is in this world based off of the programming of fucking society. Okay? Yes, it's true. There are certain things that men can do that I cannot do. Okay? That is a motherfucking fact. But there's also things that men cannot do that women can do. Why is it that the things that men cannot do that women can do are lesser than the things that men can do but women cannot? Why can't they just be the same? Why can't they just be the same ass shit? And back in the day, femininity looked like this. The man went to work and the woman stayed home, cooked and cleaned and all of that. And by the time the man got home, he had his slippers at his feet, a newspaper waiting for him, and food being prepared on the table. The woman would serve the food to the man. She would wait for him to put a smile on his face before they sit to eat. He will talk about whatever he would talk about. She would laugh, ha-ha, and agree. She would talk her little banter that he would not really pay attention to do because he's not going to vacuum a day in his motherfucking life because you're sitting the fuck there with the kids. Hey, Reef. And then when he's done with his meal, his newspaper, his cigarette or his cigar, and his motherfucking sports on TV, let's go to the 50s and not before that. Let's go to when they did have TV. The woman should be waiting in the bed in her lingerie, looking very good to get fucked for the night and then go to sleep. And when she wakes up, he'll be gone because she goes to work and she starts the whole fucking day again. See, in today's day and age, that sounds like something a dog could do. Okay? Yeah, a dog can do it. A dog can come to the door, woof, woof, and bring your slippers in his mouth before you drop the slippers off. A doggy can get the newspaper for you too and lick you on your face, or try his best to lick you on your face if you deal with that shit. I don't like dogs looking at me on my motherfucking face. I'm sorry, y'all. I love doggies, but I don't like them looking on my face. Okay? You don't want to fuck the dog. You really don't want to fuck the dog. But the dog might hump on your leg. Okay? The dog might hump on your leg until you spayed or neuter the dog. Might just hump on your leg every once in a while. Try your best. The fuck? Okay? The dog ain't gonna cook for you, but there's other animals out there that might, because bears can open doors. Okay? I've seen videos with bears opening doors and driving cars and all kind of silly ass shit. So you never know. You might find a bear. You live in the good ass woods. You might find a bear in your motherfucking house cooking you breakfast. Like, motherfucker be like, you want some eggs? Growl. You know, rah, 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 which means you want some eggs, bitch. I'm eating. The fuck is you doing? I like scrambled eggs, huh? I've been watching y'all motherfuckers long enough. I know how to make this shit. I don't need y'all. Fuck. I just needed your stove, bitch. You want some? Fuck Goldilocks. I'm make my own porridge, ho. I'ma steal your porridge now, bitch. You ain't got to come and steal my motherfucking shit and sleep in my motherfucking bed. I'm gonna come sleep in your bed, open up your motherfucking door, and sleep in the bed with you. This is what the bears are doing nowadays. Okay, the bears. All right. So what the fuck you need that Stepford wife for? Hey, them motherfuckers got robots out here. They got the blow up dolls and all that shit. The Stepford wives are coming. Okay, so what the fuck? What the fuck? See, Little House on the Prairie days, it was even worse. You know, oh, and let's not forget, ladies, we got to go out with our girlfriends and do that. I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised like none of that motherfucking shit. I really wasn't. I was not at all. Nope. And I'm sure tomboys existed before I was born. I'm sure they did. Hey, Smooth Card, how y'all feeling this morning? I'm sure tomboys did exist before I was born, but you know, I was a tomboy and celebrated as such. I was raised different. Just fucking different. Okay? Real different. I did sit amongst men many times as the only female in the fucking room, listening to them talk. See, that's another aspect of what the feminine was supposed to be about, you know, secondary but necessary. We were supposed to keep quiet and not say nothing. But don't that sound like a child, though? A child should know their place. Mama used to say that all the time. And I used to say that too. The children just be children. You stay out of grown folks' business. You know how many times that was said to a woman when it came to men? We're sitting amongst men here. You should know your woman's place. Am I a child now? You see, Big Mama ain't mind her business because, she was a feminine or she was a female and she knew to shut the fuck up. No, Big Mama knew to shut the fuck up because she knew y'all was talking bullshit. So what the fuck is the point of saying anything any motherfucking way? Why waste energy? I like peace. I know how to surrender to peace around you. I don't submit to shit. You think I do, but I don't. I just know what to surrender to, so now I know how to communicate with you so I can keep my peace of mind. That's all that is. Nothing more, nothing less. I know how to respond to you, even if my reaction is one way. I know how to respond to you motherfuckers. So it's all good. And y'all think Big Mama is the best. That's a real female right there. That's a real woman right there. She don't talk back. She don't this and that. Da, da, da. You don't know what the fuck is going on in that lady mind. And she might spit in your food, bitch. But here's the thing. But this is the whole thing about, it's like the slave-master relationship. This is like American slavery and shit. You know how many slaves probably done spit in their master food? Peed in that shit, took a dump in that motherfucking shit. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I would not be surprised. Shit. I know women that were in domestic violence situations that done this shit like that. Y'all ain't see The Color Purple? Y'all ain't believe that motherfucking shit? Come on, y'all bugging. Y'all are bugging. Y'all need to believe that shit. Okay? Y'all really do. I don't want to submit to nobody. I don't want to submit to nothing. I'd rather surrender to you. There ain't nothing like a woman who surrenders to you. Ain't nothing like that. Fuck a submission. It ain't. This is why I say people want you to do things out of fear. People want you to fear them. And they think that you fearing them means that you respect them. No. That's a lie. When a motherfucker fears you, they're plotting ways to destroy you. Every single time. That don't garner no respect. Fuck out of here. Understanding brings respect because then there's no fear. There's no need to destroy nothing. You can leave it right there. You can sit right there. And bloom and blossom and do whatever you fucking want to do. And you can still do whatever you want to fucking do. People in domestic violence situations try their best to maneuver like that. Until the justifications become a coping mechanism. I love this person. So I know how they are. I know how they are when they're with me alone and da-da-da and booty-bab. They're totally different when they're with me alone. You know, it sounds like a pimp-hoe relationship. Well, he might beat me in front of the girls, but when we're by ourselves, he's very gentle and kind and sweet. Of course. Of course, bitch. Of course. If you look at any real pimp-hoe relationship, it's only submission after the bitch surrenders. I don't know if many of y'all see that. A pimp will talk a hoe into surrendering unto him. And then once she surrenders, it's all about submission. That's a lot of programming that goes on. And it all taps into what being feminine is. Because many think that being feminine is to be quiet. No, I don't gotta be quiet for shit. And when I am quiet, I know why I'm quiet. You don't gotta know why the fuck I'm quiet. You don't have to control everything the fuck I do. Because that's what submission is. Submission is control. I don't want nobody controlling me. I'm trying to control my motherfucking self. But if I surrender to who you are, that means that you can do what you do and I can do what I do. This is equanimity that I want. I don't want equality. Fuck equality. Equality sucks, yo. This is why I tell people I'm not no fucking feminist. Feminism was not created for me. The suffrage movement in America, I don't know about the suffrage movement anywhere else in the world, but the suffrage movement in America was not created for me. It was created for white women. Thanks, white ladies, because it trickled down to me, but it wasn't made for me. So I'm not a feminist. I appreciate the fact that I now have the rights to read and write and vote and shit like this and have my own property in my own fucking name. And just to let you guys know, the only reason why a woman had property before, women's rights came about was because the man died. Okay? If her husband died, she had whatever. Okay? But in order for her to keep it and maintain it, she had to marry again. But then the problem is, once she marries again, once again, she ain't got no control over fucking nothing. When a woman tried to go into the bank to get a loan, she was treated just as bad as a black man. White women. Hold on, y'all. But everybody has a specific experience and a specific perspective on what the fuck, who they are, what they do, what they is. And I get it, we all trying to figure out everybody else's perspective, including our own. Well, then figure that the fuck out. Don't try to push your shit on me. Okay? Now I gotta go. Okay? I gotta go. I'm gonna go work out. All right? Enjoy myself working out. That's what I'm gonna do. And everything else that I like doing. And I'm gonna surrender to that motherfucking shit. Okay? Ain't nobody submitting and making me do shit. I submit to nothing. I surrender to the will and the peace of Allah. I surrender to the love of my man. Okay? I surrender to that motherfucking shit. And I hope y'all motherfuckers surrender too. It's a good feeling. It's a good thing. You surrender to your husband. You surrender to your wife. You surrender to love. You don't submit to love. Fuck out of here. That don't even make sense right there. I'm going to force myself to love you. Does that even make any sense? Does that sound like something from the Lord? Does the Lord force himself to love you? No, the Lord just go about his motherfucking business. And the Lord can love your dumb ass from afar. Why the fuck can't I too? Why the fuck I can't surrender to that? All right, Diane, enjoy church. Don't turn into Auntie Platinum and touch your toes and shake something. And shake a table or something, child. Yee-dee-dee. This dude looking at me like, what the fuck? Uh-huh. You might hear me in the hallway doing that shit.
No, I'm gonna say thank you.
I'm out. Peace, motherfuckers. I'm out.